Now, the problem is everybody keeps saying it cannot be me. Well, guess what? Anything can happen to anyone at any time. You can do everything right, but you can still have complications from hair transplant. I always say it's better to be safe than sorry. So what is being safe is by having the right knowledge. So if you're thinking about a hair transplant, this is the right video for you, that you need to know possible complications from hair transplant that nobody tells you about. Now listen to me. It's hard for you to find complications from hair transplant because nobody posts about it. You can see it here and there, look at pictures, and you just kind of ignore it. But this is really important for you to know the possible complications you can have if you're going for a hair transplant. Now, if you're coming across this video for the first time, my name is Dr. Echefu. I'm a hair transplant surgeon, a hair loss coach. I've helped thousands of my clients regain confidence through hair regrowth and hair transplant. And I'm the lead hair transplant surgeon here at Havila Hair Restoration. Most people say, hey, Dr. Echefu, we only see the good part of hair transplant, the before and after. Why is there nobody ever shows complications so that we need to be aware? And I say, who wants to show the bad side of things? Nobody ever wants to show the bad side of things. That's why it's called social media. That's why it's called Instagram. That's why, because people only post the happy part. Now, my goal today is to show you possible complications that can come from hair transplant. Now, I'm going to show you the major ones that always concern me. There are so many of them that can be fixed, but there are ones that I consider an emergency and that you shouldn't ignore it. Number one is this. Look at this picture right here. I've talked about it, but this is scalp necrosis. Let me tell you something. Once you see a tiny black dot immediately after your hair transplant, or 2 to 3 days after your hair transplant, just a tiny black dot that you've washed your scalp, you scrubbed your scalp, is still there, don't even wait. Take a picture and send to the hair transplant clinic for you to call or email them. When you say necrosis, that means dead skin. See what I'm saying? And that can worsen over time if it's not taken care of, because there's actually decreased blood flow to that area. So you need treatment as soon as possible. Please do not wait. This is an emergency. Now, number two is this. You see, closer look, you see those bumps on the scalp. Please do not wait. Once you have one bump after your hair transplant, if it's painful, if it's itchy, please get in touch with your hair transplant clinic, because this can be an early onset inflammatory hair loss, or there might be an infection going on. You might have an abscess that you need antibiotics. It might need to be drained. So many things can possibly go wrong. And especially if you're having these bumps in the area of landed hair, that's a problem. That is really a problem. Go ahead and get in touch with the hair transplant surgeon. That would definitely help you. Now, the other ones I'm going to show you, they're not an emergency. It might be an urgent situation that needs correction. You've had your hair transplant procedure and you're feeling all good with yourself. Your hair is growing. Now you turn your back and your back looks like this. Now that is not good. You know what happened to you? There was an over harvesting of your grafts, you see? And that we need correction. And there are a couple of ways to correct it. Now, there are two things I need you to do. One, make an appointment. Two, show up for your appointment at Havila Hair Restoration so that we can help you deal with this situation, because this doesn't go away, but it's not an emergency. You don't need to reach out to your hair transplant clinic for correction, because really there's nothing they can do if they don't know how to cover it. Now look at this one. If this is you and you were promised a hairline like this and this is how it looks, please, this is not good. You need correction of this hair transplant procedure. Definitely. I obsess about hairline is my thing. Like, I make sure I take my time. Like, I can draw a hairline multiple times to make sure that your hairline blends with your native hair so that it doesn't look off like this. So if this is you, this is how your hair looks after a couple of months. I think you will need correction, especially to get the good angles and to give you a good hairline. And now finally, if this is what you have, this is a normal healing process after a hair transplant. This is scalp tissue. So there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just that people tend to not properly scrub their hair after a couple of days as recommended. So that's why it's very important for you to read your post-op instructions and know what to do on how to scrub your hair. So if this is you, this is what you have after your hair transplant. So you have to know how to properly scrub your scalp after a hair transplant. Please go ahead and scrub your scalp. Spray it. Use the hairspray that was given to you, the shampoo, whatever mixture that was given to you, spray on it. Massage your scalp. then scrub it off. It's going to come off. And if it doesn't come off, then there's a problem. You need to reach out to the hair transplant clinic, okay? So in summary of what I've said, complications that can come from hair transplant, the emergent one and the urgent one. The emergent one, scalp necrosis. When you see that black spot on your scalp, is an emergency. Then number two, when you see bumps that come with pain, they are boogie when you feel it, they are bumpy when you feel it, is an emergency. You need treatment. You might need antibiotic, you might need drainage, so you need to reach out to them. Then the other urgent issues that you can encounter after your hair transplant, you can have the scalp tissue that you need to be more aggressive in scrubbing. Then also poor angulation and direction of your hair. So you need to see someone about it. And then don't forget, over harvesting is also an urgent issue that needs to be corrected. Now, if you've watched this video to the end, I'm sure you must have loved the video, or you know someone going for a hair transplant, thinking about a hair transplant, send them this video. This video will help them. Do check out my other videos on YouTube. YouTube name is Dr. Echefu. I teach you simple tips and tricks when it comes to making the right decision with hair transplant. Until next time, bye-bye.